Hello, this is Ratio and Proportion lesson 2. In this I will discuss basics of proportion and variation. Now if I say that A by B is equals to C by D, I can always say that A, B, C and D are in proportion. The four numbers are in proportion. That is the simplest meaning of proportion. For example, 2 by 4 is equals to 6 by 12. Both are equals to half. So I can say that 2, 4, 6 and 12 are in proportion. Now very important, if A by B is equals to C by D, for example if 4 by 2 equals to 6 by 3, then A plus B by B is always equals to C plus D by D. You can check that 4 plus 2 by 2 is always equals to 6 plus 3 by 3. Same way you can say that A minus B by B is also equals to C minus D by D. This is equals to 4 minus 2 by 2 is always equals to 6 minus 3 by 3. You can check that. Now very important, apart from these through, mostly that is used if A by B is equals to C by D, then you can always say that A plus B upon A minus B will always be equals to C plus D upon C minus D. This is very important, and sometimes it is used to simplify the equation. Now can I say that 4 plus 2 upon 4 minus 2 is equals to 6 plus 3 upon 6 minus 3. Are they equal? Yes. This is 6 by 2 3. This is 9 by 3 3. Both are equal. So very important, if A by B is equals to C by D, then you can always say that A plus B upon A minus B will always be equals to C plus D upon C minus D. Next is continuity proportion. How it is different from proportion? If I say A by B is equals to B by C. Now this is different from A by B is equals to C by D. Here the first ratio denominator is B and second ratio numerator is B. That is the meaning of continuity proportion. For example, if I say that 2 by 4 is equals to 4 by 8. So can I say that 2, 4, 8, or you can say that A, B, C, they are in continued proportion. They are in continued proportion. Continued proportion. Now you can see that there can be so many things we can conclude from here. This is equals to B square will be equals to A into C. Here A is called as the first proportional. First proportional. B is called as the second proportional or mean proportional. You can say that second or mean proportional, and C is called as the third proportional. C is called as the third proportional. For example, how it is used. If I have given two numbers 4 and 16, these two numbers are given to me. I need to find first question is first proportional of 4 and 16. So first proportional, let's say, is X. So I am assuming that first proportional is X. So I will say that X, 4 and 16 are in continued proportion, CP. What it means that X by 4 will be equals to 4 by 16. Can I say it will cross multiply? 16x is equals to 16, x will be equals to 1. So if any two numbers are given to you, you can always find the first proportional. Take x, then x, 4 and 16 will be in continued proportion and you will get x as 1. Now you can check that 1 by 4 is equals to 4 by 16. Same way, if you need to find the mean proportional of 4 and 16, let's say this is equals to y. Now very important thing here to observe is that mean proportional of any two number will lies between the two number. So if I say that 4, y and 16, they are in continued proportion. Because mean proportion will always lie between the given two numbers. So can I say that 4 by y? What is the basic definition of continued proportion? If three numbers are in continued proportion, you can say that 4 by y will be equals to y by 16. So it means that you will get y square is equals to 64. So y could be plus or minus 8. It could be plus 8 or it could be minus 8. So mean proportion could be plus 8 or minus 8. If nothing is given about y, you have to give the answer as plus 8 or minus 8. If the question says that mean proportional should be a positive integer, your answer should be only plus 8. What about the third proportional? let's say third proportion of 4 and 16, the same two numbers is z. So we will say that 4, 16 and z are in continued proportion. Now again apply the basic definition. If three numbers are in continued proportion, first by second is equals to second by third. So can I say 4z will be equals to 256, z is equals to 64. So third proportion will be 64 of the same number 4 and 16. So it means that any two numbers are given to you, you can always find the first proportion or mean proportion or third proportion. Next concept is if I say a by b equals to c by d equals to e by f equals to g by h. These four ratios are equal. You can say this will be equals to a plus c plus e plus g divided by b plus d plus f plus h. But here is a very important condition: b plus d plus f plus h should not be equals to 0, because if it is 0, something by 0 is not defined mathematically. Now for example, if I say that 4 by 2 is equals to 6 by 3 is equals to 10 by 5 is equals to 14 by 7. Are they all equal? Yes, all are equal. So can I say this is equals to 4 plus 6 plus 10 plus 14 divided by 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. You can check that this is also equals to 2. All are equals to 2. So this is also equals to 2. Very important property. But remember that denominator should not be equals to 0. Next concept is variation. When I say A varies directly with B, variable A varies directly with B, I can say that this is A varies directly with B. This is sign of variation. This is sign of variation. How to make variation in equation? You have to multiply by k. A will be equals to k times the B. A varies directly with B means if A increases, B increases. I will give an example. I am just telling you the basic first. A varies inversely with B. A varies inversely with B. How I will represent this? A varies inversely with B. This is how you will write. Again, if you want to make this an equation, this will be equals to A into k by B, where k is a constant. So anytime you want to make a variation, an equation, you have to multiply by constant. For example, we know that speed is equals to distance upon time. Now, if I say that distance is constant, what will happen? Speed, distance upon and time. Distance I am taking 200 kilometer. If the speed is 50 kilometer per hour, it will take time would be 4 hours. If the speed is 100 kilometer per hour, time would be 2 hours. Now you can see that as I am increasing the speed, the time is getting less. So I can say that from here, speed is inversely proportional to time. If you increase speed, the time will decrease, and vice versa. That is the meaning of inverse variation. So how to make it equals? You can say speed is equals to k by t. Here the constant will be equals to, this will be equals to d. As you know that we have kept the distance as constant, and then the formula will become s is equals to d by t. Here the constant value will come equals to distance. So then the equation will become speed is equals to distance upon time. Same example, speed was equals to distance upon time. When time is constant, if you keep time as constant, what will happen? Speed, this is distance, this is time. I am keeping time as constant, 2 hours, 2 hours. When my speed is 50 km per hour, how much distance I will cover in 2 hours? 100 km. When my speed is 100 km per hour, how much distance I will cover? This is 200 km. Now you can see that whenever time is constant, 2 hours and 2 hours, speed first was 50, distance was 100. You double the speed. Distance also become doubles. It means they are in direct relation. So speed is directly varies with distance. If you increase speed, the distance will also increase. If you decrease speed, the distance will also decrease. And how to make this an equation? Speed will be equals to k times the d. Here constant will finally come 1 by t. And then formula will become speed is equals to distance upon time. So that is the meaning of inverse and direct variation. There can also be a joint variation. Joint variation means that, for example, if I say that A, B, C and D are 4 variables. They are 4 variables. If I say that A vary directly with B square when C and D are constant. It's very important you can apply the joint variation only when 2 variables vary with each other 2 are constant. So A vary with B square, C and D are constant. A varies inversely with C cube when B and D are constant. And A vary inverse directly with, you can say, D power 4 when B and C are constant. This is very important, that whenever 2 variables vary with each other, other 2 must be constant. Now we can apply the joint variation. We can say that our A will be varied with B square D4 C cube. You can combine this, and this is called as joint variation. This is called as joint variation. That is the meaning of joint variation. If one variable is varying with other 3, one at a time, and other 2 are constant. Here A varies with B, other 2 are constant. The same A varies with C, other 2 are constant. The same A varies with D, other 2 are constant. Now you can join them, and finally you can put only one constant. This will be equals to A equals to K times B square D power 4 and divided by C cube. That is the meaning of joint variation. Again I am revising. Joint variable only applicable in case of, let's say, 3 or 4 or more variable, when one single variable vary with other variable one at a time and other 2 are constant in this case. So that is the meaning of joint variation. You can write the joint variation, then you can apply a single constant. So that was all about the basics of proportion and variation. In the next lesson I will discuss the questions on the same. Thank you.